Welcome back to the hyperbolic saddening chamber. It has been purported that this chamber accelerates the speed at which sadness increases, and we have found this to be true. So, the chamber, the reason we're sad is because we have a lot of work to do, but it's also the reason we're glad. So it's a bit convoluted, but it doesn't actually get any better than that. So interesting things are upon us. My break has begun, so I'll be off tomorrow and for the next week. So it's going to be fry time. It's time to go full crank, full tail, 90,000. Like, I might not come out the other end. So if on 2 weeks from today, if there's no video uploaded, you just know that Vegeta style, I gave it my all, and there's no more left. So we're probably gonna raffle the channel off, and the next person's gonna be tasked with the maddening fate to continue the daily challenge. So that's where we're at. So yeah. Also, I was playing Vampire Survivors, and it's actually a pretty cool game. It's interesting to see the elevation or the ascension of the idle game category, because in a weird way, it's like a slightly more mobile cookie clicker, which is pretty cool. But it's just surprising that it's been like such a huge hit. I'm kind of slow to the speed, but yeah, I just been playing it, and there's a mobile port as well, and there's been lots of clones, so it's just really interesting. Also, some really cool videos by someone named Luke Muscat, which is actually very, very epic, and I think he made a version of Vampire Survivors with cars that was also just a joy to watch. So there's a lot of cool stuff happening, so hopefully we can stay focused and add some to the pie. After watching his video and also playing a bit of Vampire Survivors, I see the need. I see why people are making these games, so that's pretty cool. Maybe we'll make another game after that. I'd like to just finish this one and then get it out, and then we'll be done. But I think it should be possible. We just have to poop in some art. It shouldn't be too crazy because we're not looking to do anything too crazy here. And then I think it should be ready. So I'm hoping that in this following weekend and the next weekend, which should probably add up to a total of there's about 9 days. 3 of those are holidays. So we have 6 days. I'm estimating very, very optimistically that we'll get 16 hours of solid devin. So that should be whatever 6 times 16 is, which should be a crazy amount of time. So even if we're not done, we should be pretty darn close. So that would be ideal, so we can move on to the next project. But it's interesting to see how much has happened, and only 14 days have passed. So excited to see what something like this looks like at day 189, which we're at with Leak Code. So that would be pretty cool. Yeah, but being able to dev for 18-hour or 16-hour days, that would be the dream. But we got to get our focus level up to that level of the people who already do that, like Luke Muscat, Lana Lux, and all these other people. So that'd be pretty cool, ideally. So that is the goal. That being said, we're going to do a thick hour today, and then I'm going to try and get to bed early so that tomorrow we can get things going. I'd also ideally like to start streaming next week. So maybe we'll do the regular schedule, 30-30, right? Or hour Leak Code, 30 game dev video. And the rest of the game dev will actually happen on stream. And then, yeah, hopefully that would be pretty cool. Maybe that's something people would be interested in. But yeah, that would be ideal. Just imagine a nice 16-hour thick game dev stream. It doesn't get any better than that. So yeah, so that would be cool. That being said, we have some work to do. We need to commit. I was going to say commit, but I'm literally talking about commit the code. But we have some things to work on. The current state of the game is, I would like to say, pleasurable. So we're still working on what we were working on before. We're just making sure that things make sense. And we need to get some nice little balances in. And then I think from there, things should continue to elevate. So I just need to clear my this is what we got so far. And yeah, we're working on swapping out some things right now. Working on swapping out a couple of things, which we kind of make a lot of progress on yesterday. So we swapped these out for actual and actually I need to make this make a noise again so I can mute it. We swapped the nodes out because we used to have one piece of text display completely. Now what happens is we're actually loading in 3 separate pieces of text. So we need a way to add the background back, and then I think we'll be back on target, and then we can go back to our original thing of making a key get bigger. When you miss, also sparkling water is literally the worst thing. So that's the goal. And yeah, how can we go about doing that today? I think we need to make sure that the background thing works, and I think we should be good. I'm going to check to make sure that there's no code that I'm missing here. I said fix me. We don't have any unit tests, and honestly tests are superfluous, so we're just going to continue. So I'm going to add a typable. The background isn't working. Why isn't it working? It's disabled on start. Am I enabling it on select? I am not. So maybe that's all we had to do. And let's see. So it is growing now. Issue is that we have a Z position issue as usual. Which is very frustrating. I think we fixed this with draw order. We had the text background, which was find component element draw order, and then we have now we have the legit text thing. It's also on the same background, which is typable. Oh yeah, it's also on the same background. So I think the draw order should be working. Text component. I'll find element. Yeah, I feel like this should be working. Something about the way the Z position stuff. I'm also realizing now the size that it's starting at is incorrect. So there is a match text size function, which I don't think is working out completely correctly. Because typically the target that it was matching was the text entity. The problem though is that the entities now exist under text. Now the element and the width look a little nutty. So I'm thinking what we need to do is have something a little more general. We do something like text entity dot width in general. Maybe we can just check it. Okay, so the size is not even working at all now. So this is not. Could always multiply it because we know that each has a basic size. Could always just multiply it by the number of words in the text and a number of letters in the text, which would give us the ideal width. Maybe I should have kept it the same as before, but nah, it would have been complicated. You know, we're just gonna pull it across anyway. I'm gonna say bar letter width equals 6.5. Match text size. And we're just gonna make a note that we can just do times letter width. And I think we should get a size that is palatable. Okay, it seemed to work there. I don't know what happened earlier. Let me try it one more time. Yeah, if I press C, it's just wrong. Right, and I think the issue might just be that it's too big. But maybe it could also be that the text background anchor is in the center. And the text anchor is left anchor and point. Left anchor and pivot. So what if I update this? If that's the case, then I think I can. Yeah, it's just a little big. If I do, ow, it's still too big. I think we shouldn't be setting the entity at all. Letter width, I'm realizing now, should be width should be letter width times the number of letters. Well, actually it'd be the parent. So you're in the background, you're in the parent. this dot parent dot script dot get. I'm going to say word dot length times letter width. Okay, now I think I fixed it. Right, good thing I wrote the bit about assumptions. So I think I got that from what's it called? Philosophy of Software. And it was to write any assumptions as a comment rather than just writing comments that just say what's happening. So we say typable text data. Now that the black box is the correct size, we need it to be behind. I'm needing the black box to be behind it. What if we set the draw orders first? Doesn't matter. I wonder if you have to set the draw order for each literal letter. If I go to the template, you have a typable letter. If I enable it, it is indeed in front of the word. Even if you reorder them, it literally doesn't matter. Camera's orthographic, so Z position literally doesn't even matter. I think we could do it. I didn't want to do it this way. But there's no actual text on. We could just make a function to say set draw order, and it'll just go for const entity of this dot letter entities if element you could swap this for this dot entity dot script dot get typeable text data dot set draw order to 20. So it does look like that works. So that's perfect. I'm gonna delete the typeable letter that's here. Right, we want to turn off this, then we'll just apply these all, and then from there we'll have fixed the background. We don't have a separate component. Ah, I see. I think I see why I set it like that in the first place. I think if I change the text background pivot to center, anchor, and pivot, we have to slide it over a little bit. Right, and so it's off. So it's not that we need element dot width. What we actually need to do is say it's going to be equal and then I think that should bring that back to how it was. And then it should, yeah, there we go. So that is how that should work. Now we can come back to what we were actually trying to do, which was literally just get the word to get bigger on hit. Now we have something in typeable text data. We can now set the draw order. We can build the word. It's basically spaghetti code, TBH. But it doesn't really matter. How can we do that? I'd like to keep the state intypable, so maybe we can just say if this is greater than or equal to 1. We enlarge the size of the background, and also we would redden the first letter. Text data equals this dot. Right, and then from here we can just reach into it and change stuff. That's a little wonky. Maybe we should just make a function. It feels like it's fine to reach in. We'll just say typable text data dot letter entities sub 0 dot element. There's a property I'm pretty certain called color. Let's see what that looks like. So I think we can just say dot color equals new PC dot color, and we'll just say 100 0 0.8. So it's actually pretty good. If you get to imagine, you I feel like I always forget when I'm working with the letters, it's possible that they literally don't exist. This is invalid left-hand assignment. Oh, right. We destroy the entity. I think we should do what we said we were going to do. Oh, but I think it ended up not being exactly... Maybe that wasn't a thread safety issue, and it had more to do with the fact that... Take an entity off the front. What if we just say entity.destroy? Yeah, it seems like it was fine. Just so happens to be element.color. And then we can take first letter, right? And I think you can tween and play canvas. So let's look at some tweens. We have using the tween library. So it looks like we just have to upload the tween.js file to our. So if we look at tween.js, let me see if we can get this set up. So I think we have it in. And then we should just be able to tween some things like scale. So just copy this. Go straight into the code. And we're just going to say first letter, which is already an entity. We're going to say 1.5. And how come there's no duration? I think there is a duration. I think this 1.0 is the duration. So let's try that out and we'll just see. That was not flames. So I think what I'm trying to do is multiply actually. So we'll say mul scalar. And I think I just can like straight up just submit a number. it doesn't do anything after. Oh, after we've reached the thing, and that's probably because there's a certain amount that you actually can have. This actually works quite well because the faster you type while it's tweening, you end up getting a massive letter. If I say, and if I start messing up pretty badly, it actually becomes pretty quick to see that the word, the letter that I'm missing, right now I'm doing 2, multiplying the size by 2. Oh no, it's 1.5. No, not yeah. What if we did something like 3? Actually works really well. Actually works really well because you're typing it and it's literally saying like, bro, you're pressing the wrong button. Realizing now with the set draw order though, they can't all have the same exact order because a key before it should have a higher draw order. So we can just do entity, I think, index. Actually, this can stay the same, and then at the end, we'll just do order plus. If we do this version, letters at the end will actually get a higher draw order. So I think what we should actually do is order minus equal 1. There we go. Because now it literally. Also, it's making the wrong letter big. If you're typing quickly and the word hasn't been destroyed yet, the letter that's made big is the wrong one. So it should be that it's the incorrect letter. The incorrect letter will be based on the letter entity array, and it can actually just be a reference. It would be this dot letter entities sub we know how many hits were taken. Her hits are taken once you actually make it to once the projectile makes it to the typable. It's not a very good one. kind of sucks because yeah, I'm always doing it to the first letter, which is kind of a problem. Also, sign out is kind of sign out is not very fluent. It's okay. Let me try the other ones. These are the options. I think cubic in. Let's try pc.backout. Might be a little wacky, but this might be better. And it goes out of the screen. This one's kind of nice. The problem is it's kind of fast though. What if I just bring this back down to like, oh no, that was opacity on RGB. It's half a second. Maybe it should just be a second. Yeah, this is supposed to be helpful, but it's not because you're hitting the wrong letter. It's like hard to even know what letter. We need some concept of the actual letter entity that is next. Maybe we can get this as a function. What would we call it? What would we call it? An index of the letter that is actually I guess. It looks like we would just return this dot original word dot length, which would be something like 8, and then we've subtracted from the actual word length, which is probably something like 3. We could say this dot minus current word dot length. We'd get something like, for example, if we have something like cart, right, and we've typed car, we get something like 4 minus 3, which should give us index 1. Actually, no. We already typed car. What we'd have is something like this, which is t, which would be 4 minus 1, which would give us index 3. If we go to index 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think that actually does work. We need to change all of these to to actually call the function. I thought we'd have to subtract it by 1. Something doesn't make sense here. If I type I, right, we're off. And this might be because things like original word and current word should probably be in here. If I type O, the next letter that I can type is completely off. And then it just completely skips letters, and then now it's messed up. So it's unclear what's actually even going on here. Even here, I'm already off one. Why are we skipping one here? Could be that there just needs to be, if we have 8 letters, we've typed, and what remains is 1 letter, means we've typed 7 letters. Means the index that we're looking for is index. I think we have to subtract 1. Problem is, if we do something like original word dot length, which is 3, and there's no letters left, we do 3 minus 0 to index 3. Maybe this will make more sense if we just print out what's going on, because this ain't making no sense. Press G for Germany, press X. It's saying that the original word was 7 characters long. Germany is 7 characters long. The letters that remain, there are 6 letters that remain, which are Germany. The index calculated now to enlarge is index 0. Oh, but wait. I think I see what's happening. Yeah, this would only work if we don't modify. I see what's happening. I don't think we should have to subtract 1 with the new version. So instead of saying this letter entities dot shift, I'm gonna say instead is assume that the letter entities are never removes elements. The fix of that is just to iterate forwards and find the next element. Pretty much reverting this to what it was. Nope, that's not what it was. I think it's probably closer to something like this dot original word dot length, which would be something like 4 minus hits taken. which there actually is no hits taken, so we have to say something like this dot parent, this dot entity. Would it be hits taken if you've taken 3 hits? And now they're gonna say, oh yeah, now you're taking a 4th hit. I'm pretty sure you would delete hits taken -1. Okay. Now we get the letter index. There isn't some weird stuff happening. And then I think we'll need to add the -1. So you have 3 -2, which gives you 1, which gives you index 0, which doesn't exist. So you don't need to -1 like we said earlier. Which I think actually is working. So you need to go to I. Nah, but actually I think it is working. E. Seems like it's generally hard to know what letter you're actually at. You press S, right, and you know that PACE is left. Let me see. Let me actually just play it and see if it's hitting. There's the issue with the words blurring up off screen, but you can't really do anything about that. Oof. It's gotten messier. It shouldn't be possible for two things to be on. I feel like if the word is complete, then the thing should get out of the way. The problem is handle key. I mean, this thing was never stateless, so say this dot current word dot length equals 0. I think it might just be easier to say something like nc.find text background. That when something does elevate to get that big, I see. It does look a little weird. Maybe I should actually tween it. So I'm just gonna copy this. It's not really color. It's really, we look at it, it's a background, it's an element. I guess it is a color. say this dot entity dot tween, this dot entity dot element dot color. Oh, it's not the entity. Definitely not happening. Maybe you literally have to do the thing here. You have element. Say bg.element.color, bg. So let's remove that part and we'll just say that it's going to update the element like that. And it's probably we probably don't even need to be worrying about the tween because we're just trying to see if the game is. Yeah, it's not even doing the thing. bg.element.color 2. So it's color that's changing, and we're setting it equal to color here because it's going to be updated. It's a little confusing. At least it kind of works, but it turns gray, which is kind of strange. It looks like the tween library works by taking an initial object, updating the values to some sort of end object, which is has symmetrical to the initial object. Then in some cases, you could just have to update the value. I'm gonna change this to elastic out. I want the end color to basically be element dot. I'm gonna do something like this where I just do VG element color, and then I'll set A equal to 0, and then the end color can just be swapped out. I don't think that's going to work. EVG.element color. This is going to be our G. We can still change this to a new end color. For some reason it's not working now, but it was working earlier. Okay, something's wrong here. Maybe you literally need the update part. So I comment this part out. Oh, I think that's why it wasn't working earlier. I think then I did some undos. I started tweening. Nope. This does not look right. It was just working, so maybe there's just something I don't get. Might just make more sense to do something like this. We'll get its current scale, and then we'll just say that the scale should go to 0.05. There's some complicated state stuff now. Because if you have some misses, then it should wait until the last hit to shrink. If you don't have any, then it shouldn't be shrinking so early. Or maybe it should be, because it's not, it's only for the selected word. I wonder if you can do anything at the end. If you could, that would be very dope. Okay, then we can do on '83. We'll change BG to entity. I kind of like the words disappearing. Maybe elastic out is just cheeks. It's just not saucy enough. I think bounce in out is so chaotic, but that might actually be fire. Maybe it didn't change. No, I'm changing the wrong thing. I just realized. Bounce in out. No, I'm changing the wrong thing. It should be. We take a hit. Yeah, I'm in the wrong place for both of these. Bounce in out. Bounce in out is not flames. Back out. Well,
searching for music for your next video? Then you need to check out Artlist. With amazing new music added daily and one simple license that covers everything. Artlist is the music licensing platform for all creators. Start now and find the perfect song. Artlist, made for creators.
I think I'll just change it to what it was before, elastic out, but it's not very satisfying. I actually think the letters blowing up before was more satisfying. and I feel like the words staying there before they get destroyed is just a little. Letter by letter basis. Here we can just say dot element dot color equals. Oops, I meant RGB for gray. That's like you can do 2 0 to 1. It looks like 0.5, 0.5. PC. Maybe that'll make it easier. This is definitely better. Yeah, the gray is much better. Now you can actually see words that are left. Then when you mess up, oh my god, we're in this. Oh my god, this is actually fire. So I think that's a good place to stop because this is a dumb long video.